Well, good morning. We are walking through beautiful Benchikiti Park here in Bangkok. I am so happy to be back in Thailand. Look at how light I'm traveling now, my gosh. I got all of my cold weather clothing, and that will all be donated to the folks in my hotel. All of that Europe cold weather clothing. Man, it feels good. And it's nice to do that as well. And now my backpack is very light. As we go forward here in Thailand, I will get more shirts made so that I will have nice sun protective shirts to use while I'm traveling through Southeast Asia. Today though, we're gonna talk about something specific while we're wandering through this beautiful park. We're gonna talk about my complete 2025 money plan. Everything that's gonna involve how I manage my money. When I'm traveling like this, how do I do my banking? How do I do my investing? What are my plans for investing? What do I look at for cost of living while I'm here traveling through Southeast Asia? I see some increases in prices. We're gonna talk about all of that. We've got a lot to cover in this video, and we're also gonna enjoy the city of Bangkok as well. Okay, we're gonna talk about the complete 2025 money plan for traveling through Southeast Asia. Let's get going. First, let's talk about banking. A lot of you ask me in the comment section about how I do my banking when I'm overseas. For 2025, I'm using an online bank. And I'm gonna put the name of some banks down here for you as we're talking. All of these banks that I'm showing you have something in common, which is that they offer an ATM card that when your transactions are happening overseas, you don't get charged the ATM fee. That saves you a lot of money because ATM fees overseas, they're expensive. A lot of these banks also offer a Visa card that will be no overseas transaction fees. That helps too because that will eat up your retirement income. If you have a Visa card that does not charge you overseas transaction fees, if you have an ATM card that does not charge you to use ATMs overseas, you will save yourself good money every month. There's something else about these online banks as well. I chose my online bank specifically because of its ease of use when I am traveling overseas. How do I do that? It's very simple. I invest also in this online bank. It's how I invest my dividend stocks, through the same bank. When I earn dividends, I simply transfer them right over to my bank account in the same company. And there's no transaction fee there either. It's like it's investing my money into the dividend stocks. The money is made, transferred over. I pull that money out with my ATM card at no transaction fee. It's a money generating machine. When I'm traveling overseas, I have to be careful how I connect. So let's talk a little bit about how I'm going to connect to my bank safely. I like to support places that do a healthy meal or a healthy snack. Here at Terminal 21, this is a little stand that opened that does ice cream. And these are about $3 each. And yeah, I was kind of blown away. These are sugar-free, matcha flavored, charcoal bamboo flavored, and they put a variety of like little snacks on the side. This is, very Japanese the way that this is done. The Japanese bring style and design to the world.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh man, that looks great.
On the side, they put a little mochi ball, probably the world's creamiest chocolate cube with a matcha white chocolate flavor. And a little azuki bean on the side too. Great. This charcoal bamboo is really good. I had no idea what that would taste like. Charcoal bamboo. But it's fantastic. And mixed with that matcha, that's a great flavor combination. I never expected. Looks like they got a little bit of azuki bean right here. If you are planning travel this year and you need information on travel
healthcare insurance, check out the first link in my description. It will give you information on travel healthcare insurance.
I use what's called a VPN. I've talked about that on this channel when I discuss cybersecurity with you, about how you need to protect your online presence, especially when you're traveling overseas. You're using strange Wi-Fi. You're using Wi-Fi in airports and coffee shops, different hotels. I connect with a VPN so it looks like I am actually in the United States. I then can do all my transactions on my bank and even buy stocks. That's right, I can do everything. Banking has never been easier for a traveler. Never. In fact, I just contacted my bank and said, hey, my ATM card is going to expire while I'm traveling overseas. Is this a problem? They said no. They said, whenever you're staying at a hotel, if you're staying there for a few weeks, just let us know and we'll send your next card to that hotel in your name and you just activate it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. There's never been a better time to live this lifestyle. Banking overseas is easier, lower cost, and more secure than ever. What am I looking at for cost of living? Since I've been back in Thailand, I have noticed that some of the cost of living aspects have increased. I have seen that hotel rooms are a little bit more expensive. 2 years ago when I started this lifestyle, I was able to get a hotel room for about $16 to $18. That was very common. Now I'm seeing $21 to $25. That's the common price that I am seeing as I am traveling through Southeast Asia. $21 to $25 for a hotel room. Well, I mean, this is just a reality. You got to remember that 15 years ago when I was traveling to Thailand, I would get rooms for $14. Things were a lot cheaper then. But there are things that I've noticed have pretty much stayed the same. And that is the cost of food from carts. It's still about $2. If it's some sort of elaborate meal, it's $3. That price has pretty much stayed the same. As far as restaurants, I don't go to many restaurants. If I do, it's mostly to show a nice restaurant to all of you, in which case, yes, I have noticed the cost of restaurants has increased. How have I dealt with the higher cost of living here in Thailand? Well, I've made a few different changes. The first is that I don't drink as much, and that's actually put a lot more money into my pocket. There's something that I try to explain to my kids, and that is anything you do every day that costs you even $1, multiply it by 30. That's how much it costs you a month. And you know, when you pay like $3 a day for something, it's very easy to say, well, that's not too bad. That's not a lot of money. But that's $90 a month. And when you're on a fixed budget like a retired person generally is, that matters. $90 matters. So I've become more conscious of what I'm spending my money on. Second, I have adjusted my cost of living expectations. I'm now understanding I will probably be paying $21 to $25 a night for a hotel room. That's probably what I'm going to be finding. That's fine. That's just the new reality for Southeast Asia. I'm also going to take a closer look at how I eat and eat healthier, eat less, and that's going to be a big part of saving money and getting healthier and stronger while I'm here in Southeast Asia this year.
I'm going to show you another way to put together a great, healthy, and low-cost meal. That's an oat and pumpkin bread. This is a medium spicy lunch meat. And I grabbed 2 of these waters that have like a little apple flavor to them. They're very good. They're healthy. This whole meal is healthy right here. Okay, then I grabbed these little sugar-free coffees in the morning. This is what I like to get going. And we're going to grab a yogurt. You know, this Bulgarian yogurt, it's definitely got me going now. I can only get Bulgarian yogurt now. Cheese right here. This is all available from 7-Eleven. And I can even get greens to put on the sandwich right here. All of this is generally under $1 each.
We have the ingredients that we picked up. I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese right here, like this. And we'll separate this meat into some different parts here, just like this right here, just like that. We'll put some of these greens on there, and I can make just a fantastic sandwich right here in the room for a very low price. Okay, just like that. There we go.
Sometimes I'll buy green onion, sometimes I'll buy other types of luncheon meat to add to this, but this is a great combo.
So here's another example of a $2 meal that I can make right here in my room. Very inexpensive. You can put the ingredients together, keep it in the refrigerator here. How about generating income? Part of my money plan is not only what I'm going to be spending, not only how I do my banking, both are very important, but how about generating income? Let's talk about the way that I'm going to invest my money this year. First and foremost, my primary investment is going to stay dividend stocks. I am putting the majority of my investing money into dividend stocks. Those stocks are now making me about $2,000 a month. That's what I'm looking at. I'm getting a 6% return. Every month that I am in Southeast Asia making these videos for you, I am going to talk about my investing. I know that many of you ask, how do I invest, and also what companies I invest in. Each month I will do a video explaining my investments, what I buy, how I basically spread my money to diversify my portfolio so that I'm ready for certain sectors to go up and down, which happens. That's just part of any economy. I am investing primarily in dividend stocks to make my income, $2,000 a month. That is my budget, and I'm sticking to it. Anything that I generate over that, I simply reinvest into dividend stocks. If I make more than that amount in a given month, no problem. I'm going to reinvest that extra money. I am going to keep my cost of living under that amount. That's important because who knows what's going to happen at any time to the economy, to the world. If something happens to this platform, things change all the time. You keep your cost of living below your means, below what you're making in income. That's important so that you're ready for what might happen. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is if I'm keeping my cost of living under $2,000 a month, and I do, I know that the money that I'm making from my investments is going to cover my lifestyle. That's part of how I'm going to invest and spend my money in 2025.
When I'm in Bangkok, I go to Chef Bing Pizza for real New York style pizza. Chef Bing worked in New York and then returned to his home country here in Thailand to open his own New York style pizzeria, and I recommend it.
You guys open?
Hey. Good to see you guys. Good to see you.
They're always so nice. I ask them, can you film a little bit in the kitchen of you making the pizza? But I think this time I'm going to save this so I don't have to keep asking them. I just want to show you, the quality operation that they have going here. This is real New York style pizza, crispy crust, all fantastic ingredients.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Two different kinds of pepperoni. I'll explain you the two different kinds in a little bit. But first, let's just get a taste of this pizza. Are you kidding me right now? Just look at that. That's the way right there. A little bend in the crust and it stays right there where it should. That's real New York style pizza. And you can get it here at Chef Bing in Bangkok. A lot of Southeast Asian countries, you can't get real pork pepperoni. You can here at Chef Bing, real pork pepperoni. These are the small, spicy, they called cupped style. And these are the larger ones. These ones right here are also sourced from Thailand, and they're just a little bit larger and milder flavor. I get half and half. Half of each type of pepperoni on the pizza, and that's the way to go. Medium size like this, I can generally finish myself.
There's an old investing saying that as you get older, your age should also represent how much of your money you put into bonds, because bonds are such a stable way to make income. And now I've turned 55. I'm 55 years old now. So theoretically, by this idea, I should have 55% of my investments in stable bond income. I don't. I'm about, I would say, 20%. My investments are 10% cash, which I hold on to in case there's a crash in the market. I want to make sure I have cash so I can buy into a crash, okay? That's an opportunity. Crashes are our friend. Remember that. When the stock market crashes, we love that because we're long-term investors. Crash away. Second, I have about 20% into bonds. Those bonds are also making me about 6%. That's right. It's a great way to go. I'll put those right here so you can take a look at the different funds that I use. And finally, the rest of my investment is in dividend stocks, and that brings me about 6%. It works, and it's allowing me to travel this way now for my third full year living on my investments. Do I live a luxury life? No, I don't. You know, I live out of a backpack, and I live in these, like, you know, just casual hotels. They're not run down. They're actually quite beautiful hotels, but they're just casual hotels. And I'll take this lifestyle. I'll take it. I'll take this lifestyle. Why? Because it's freedom. The only true freedom in life is financial freedom. It's the only true freedom. Controlling 100% of your time. That's freedom. And the way you get there is by investing long-term into assets that pay you, and then lowering your cost of living by living in places that simply don't cost as much for you to stay there, like Southeast Asia and other places too. I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. We got a chance to walk in this beautiful Benchikidi Park. We're on the raised platform here that gets you above nature, basically, with a great view. But they do have walkways all down here on the bottom as well. Let me show you on this side. There's all these walkways down here as well, with big open areas where you can have groups get together. This is a beautiful park to enjoy. If you want to know more about this lifestyle that I live, traveling the world as a minimalist with one backpack, like and subscribe to the video and come along with. This is what we do here. If you want to know about the equipment that I travel with in my backpack, there are links in the description for all of that. There's also a link in the description for my new book, The Traveler and the Bard. Thank you for spending this time with me today. We've got a lot to see in Southeast Asia. We're going to be here for the rest of the year, many different countries. I'm glad you're coming along with. We will talk again soon. Aloha.
I was just roaming the mean streets of Bangkok when he saw me. The mad dog of Bangkok.
Okay, see, okay. Here you go. You want to give me a sniff? Aw, what a sweetheart. I love this color.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Very healthy.
Yeah,
Very healthy. Look at the coat.
Very strong.
Very strong. All muscle. And a sweetheart too. You're a sweetheart. Yes, you are. Are you having a nice walk today? Yes, you sure are. You and your master are going for a nice walk. Oh, what a sweetheart. Have a good day. Thank you. Oh, what a sweetheart. I'm also trying to buy less frivolous things such as diet sodas and stuff like that. I've switched to things like, oh, like a bee buzzing around me there. Let's keep an eye. There's a lot of bees over here, man. You got to be careful.